What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 in this University Gold and Black colorway. So this is another one of my under retail Zoom Vomero 5 pickups, with this colorway releasing earlier this year, I believe sometime around late spring or summer. So the official colorway for this shoe is Photon Dust, University Gold, Black, and Laser Orange, and they originally retailed for $160 US or $210 here in Canada. And like most Zoom Vomero 5 colorways, these were available for deep discounts, and I wouldn't be surprised if these eventually made it or are already at Nike outlets. So that's the great thing about this silhouette. It's super comfortable, it's stylish, and you don't have to pay over retail or even retail for most of the colorways. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, starting things off with the toe box, this is covered in this bright yellow open style mesh. Overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this synthetic nubuck, which is done in this gray color, and then we have a synthetic gray leather covering the front toe cap, but we have these reflective lines on either side. Moving downwards, you can see more of that nubuck, and that gray leather covers the side panel of the shoe, but we also have two lines of reflective 3M running down. In the middle of the shoe, we have your signature TPU rubberized overlay. This is done in black, and it gives the shoe a little bit more containment around the sides of the sneaker. And then stitched on top of this, we have a synthetic swoosh, which is done in a mix of black and gray. Moving further down, we have another overlay of that synthetic gray leather, again with reflective detailing as well. And then this same leather wraps around the top of the heel, and surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have more of that open style yellow colored mesh. On the bottom of the heel, we have a black colored TPU heel clip, which gives you structure and support around the back end of the sneaker, and we have a black colored swoosh pressed into the center of the heel. So as far as the laces go, so this being a GR, it only comes with one lace option, which is an oval shaped lace done in this bright yellow color. Underneath this, the tongue is primarily constructed out of that open style yellow colored mesh. We have this gray colored woven strip down the center, which helps to hold the laces in place. And then the top of the tongue, this is padded and covered in this gray colored nylon, and we have this tag with Nike Vomero 5 branding. The interior of the shoe is lightly padded and it's covered in this gray colored nylon, and it feels very soft to the touch. And then for the insoles, nothing special here. This is your typical foam lined insole. It's mesh lined on top in yellow though, and we have an image of Bill Bowerman, co-founder of Nike, pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the Zoom Vomero 5, as always, sits atop this full-length Cushlon foam midsole, which is very soft and extremely comfortable. And encased within this midsole, we have Nike Zoom Air technology both underneath the forefoot as well as underneath the heel. This helps to counteract the softness of the Cushlon, giving it more of a bouncy and responsive feel so that the cushioning is not overly soft. And then for the outsole, this is your typical Zoom Vomero 5 outsole, and in this case, it's done primarily in black and yellow colored rubber. We have this waffle style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with these grooves to give you some added flexibility. And on the medial side in the middle, we have this yellow colored TPU shank plate, and this is there to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And in terms of sizing, so these fit like any other Zoom Vomero 5, so for most people, go true to size and you should be okay. So in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, meaning when I go to a sneaker store, step on a branding device, I'm actually a size 10 US in between a D and an E width. So getting these in my typical Nike size, which is a size 10, they fit me super comfortably. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so I've said this before in all my Zoom Vomero 5 reviews, and I'm gonna say it again and again and again, but this silhouette is one of my favorites when it comes to comfort. It's super comfortable underfoot and it's a bit more on the softer side of things, but like I mentioned earlier, because of the Zoom Air underneath the heel and underneath the forefoot, you can feel some of that rebound, some of that energy return, so it's not like the midsole is too soft where it's going to give you pain or fatigue in your foot. It's still pretty balanced, but it just veers a little bit more towards the softer side of things. So I literally have 3 or 4 colorways of this model by my door. It's become my everyday sort of sneaker, and that's why I just keep buying so many colorways of this shoe. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality unfortunately was nothing special. It's basically all constructed out of synthetic materials. So we have meshes, synthetic nubucks, synthetic leathers. Nothing about the materials scream quality, but considering that I got these for way under retail, I wasn't that disappointed. The build of the shoe too, I thought it wasn't perfect. There were some very minor issues like some long strings I had to trim down myself. There were some traces of glue around the midsole area, but other than that, I thought the shoe was pretty solid, the paint job was good, the panels were consistently sized, so no major complaints about this shoe. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. This is a pretty unique colorway, and it's one that I didn't really expect that I'd be a fan of when I first saw the images of this shoe. But the more that I kept seeing this sneaker in the stores or even just online, it just drew me in more and more. And eventually, seeing these marked down for way under retail, I just decided to pick these up. It's not going to be an everyday sort of colorway, and I think if anything, it's more of a summer colorway. It is quite loud and pretty in your face, but I do have a soft spot for yellow and black. That's the colors of my university, and while it's not going to be the most versatile colorway of the Vomero 5, I think yellow, black, and gray really work together in its own way. So leave your thoughts down below and let me know, what do you guys think about this colorway? And is this a shoe you have on your radar, or have you already picked these up? Or are you just not feeling this colorway and it's a pass for you? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.